Right, Shift Up has finally posted the kit for E8, so it's time we talk a little bit about that. Hello degenerates, welcome back to another Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict on his VTuber. Today we are at Jin, Moran's sidekick, okay? I love Moran so much that I've become his sidekick, but I am bold. Now, before we start, really quick question. So, on the website, right, you guys know we have the characters looking like this, now. They take some space, filters on top, blah blah blah. I was thinking of making the page like this instead. So it takes the full width and you can see all the characters with the filters on the left instead, because the amount of characters we have in Nikkei, it's a lot of characters. So I thought it could be better if we have just them like this, taking more space. Do let me know what you think. That said, let's jump directly into EH Kids. And as usual, hello Diners, hope you're having a great day. Leave a like, subscribe, comment to the channel. And we're gonna be going into her kit. First, let's check a little bit her animations, because she has some nice fan service, bro. I like her. She has a nice ass. It's like D, but she doesn't have anything covering her ass. Nice ass. Now, I think her burst animation, however, is awful. Like, not gonna lie, I think this is one of the worst burst animations they've done. And I know, she's not supposed to just be, just having full fan service on her MLB animation. I'm just saying, like, even for like a serious one, feels pretty boring. This is what you're getting, right, for MLB. So, not MLB, one copy, not even bothering with going any higher. Let's go directly into her kit so we can explain a few things she has. She feels like a nice niche unit that we're gonna be seeing for Wind, but we're gonna be seeing her on specific bosses and compositions only. So let's go over the basic stuff. No, attacker, B3, submachine gun, Wind character, 120 ammo capacity, base capacity, 1 second reload, 10.12 of attacker's damage, 251 attacking core. The basic stuff is the usual, nothing changes, no new modifiers, no new numbers or anything out of the ordinary. Let's go over her kit, however. Skill 1, passive skill, homemade magazine. So, skill 1 activates when obtaining 10 scraps while having fewer than 4 homemade magazines crafted. Affects self. Craft magazines out of scraps and gains a buff. Removes scraps, obviously, right? You remove 10 scrap because you just crafted the magazine. You craft 1 homemade magazine, up to 4 of them, and for each magazine you have, you'll get 7.5% increased attack continuously. These magazines are permanent and you never lose them. The moment you have a magazine, you stay having that extra magazine. So the objective is to craft 4 magazines with her. If we go into the video right here, as you can see, she has 4 magazines right here, right? Here, 3 magazines. Then she gets 10 scraps, craft the 4th magazine, that's it. That's the objective with this character, is going to be getting these 4 magazines also for her burst. You'll see on a second why. That's a skill 1. Pretty simple skill. You need 10 scraps for each magazine, meaning we need 40 scraps in total. Now, thankfully, with the skill 2, Scrap Hunt, you already get 10 scraps at the beginning of the battle continuously. So you will get 10 out of the gate. So this means our objective goes from having 40 scraps to just having to get 30, right? So our objective will be always to get 30 scraps so we can have maximum magazines. Now, how does she get scraps? And this is why she is a niche character. Activates when an ally or self destroys a destructible projectile, you get 1 scrap. When someone or you destroys an enemy's part, you get 5 scraps. And when an enemy is neutralized, an enemy dies, adds, elite enemies, etc., you get 2 scraps. And then when you obtain scraps as well, you will be getting elemental advantage attack damage increased by 16% for 15 seconds. So this is why she will be a niche unit. This is gonna depend on basically what bosses we are facing. If you are doing Kraken, this is a great character. This is a character that might actually be used every single day in Kraken because of the extra damage he's giving, right? Really good, because Kraken has a lot of parts, a lot of projectiles, etc. But if you're doing something like the Merciless Judge, I forgot the name of the boss, the original one, right? If you're doing this boss specifically, there is nothing for you. There is no parts, there is no projectiles you can destroy. There is nothing as far as I remember. So, depending on the boss, this is a character that will be good or might be just completely useless. Most bosses right, will have projectiles or parts you can break, like Arturia, like Altaisen, like the Queen, like Kraken, Seas, etc. But this is just gonna be a bit of a niche unit in that regard, okay? So skill 1 and skill 2, that's how it works. If you want to be getting 40 scraps, you get 10 for free, and then you need to get 30 extra in order to get more magazines. Now, why are magazines important? Obviously, outside of this attack buff, right? This 7.5 attack percent continuously per magazine you craft. It's important because on her burst, 40 seconds, the usual heaven bound affects herself. She will change the weapon type to a sniper. If we go here, okay, she bursts. She will change now her weapon to like a nice sniper. And as you can see, she will get bullets based on how many magazines she has. Max ammunition capacity 1x the number of homemade magazines for 10 seconds. It's pretty good. Now, even if you don't get 4 magazines, this weapon type will be removed when you fire all of the rounds you have, or when these 10 seconds run out, right? So the default burst duration. You are also getting 430% increased attack for 10 seconds. This is huge. I don't know if it's the biggest attack modifier in the game or not. It should be, unless we have something like Asuka, maybe? How much does Asuka has? I don't remember on her, like her burst. I know they have like 150. I think it could be the biggest by far. Do let me know in the comments if there's anyone bigger, but 430% attack, it's huge, right? So that's why we want to be getting 4 magazines always. Now, something really good, and we were talking about this last time. I said, I hope she's not like Kate, where she loses all her stacks anytime you're bursting with her, making her kind of like a useless unit, no? But no, if you go to the video, after she finishes her burst, and she goes back to her normal weapon type, right? Right here, she went from having the sniper, right, to having already the SMG again. She still has 4 magazines. You do not lose your magazines ever. And this is pretty good because then it's only a question of how fast you can get these 30 scraps to get the extra magazines for the extra attack continuously, and also for the extra bullets on her burst, which I assume is where a lot of her damage is going to be coming from. Right? Now, we will be testing, obviously. Maybe you can even run her as a normal off-burst character with enough damage, but I don't think so. We will be testing when she drops tomorrow morning. Okay, this is in around less than 12 hours, I believe. It's at like 7 a.m. my time tomorrow. We will be pulling for her. I already have her gear ready. I think I have her gear ready. We go into Attacker, Elysion, and I check my bestie. I think I got, yes, her gear is ready right here, and we have 17 rocks for her. Not a lot. Hopefully it's enough. Hopefully it's enough, right? To get at least a couple elemental, a couple attack, because my god, rocks in this game just suck ass completely. Now, Kraken wise, this is me jumping now because this depends on, you know, how she performs. At the moment, there is barely any reasons to run her, even on your daily composition for Kraken. Most people are running this. Some people might just want to run the full win team, which is gonna be this. Almost no reason to be running her. We could maybe be replacing one of the 2 girls, our current 2 DPSs with her. Even maybe replacing SBS, because on burst she should be able to get the buff that she is giving, right? Like the buff that Liberalio is actually giving when entering full burst with the charge speed. Now, this assumes obviously that you either don't have SBS to put EH here, or your SBS is not strong enough to replace her with EH. For most people, SBS is probably a character you already have invested, and a character you already probably have with decent lines. So in my case, that's not gonna happen. But still, could be an option for most people. On Kraken, I don't think it's gonna change the meta. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. And then outside of that, for campaign, she could be a good character because on, you know, the majority of campaign stages, since you can't get the scraps when neutralizing enemies, she should be able to get her magazines pretty fast. Now, she doesn't have like an AoE clear instantly or anything, so maybe for campaign it's not gonna be as good, but for tower might be a decent option. At the moment, for the Elysion Tower, your options are decent, right? You have your Rappi, which is the best character in the game, or the best B3 in the game with the Snow White, but then the rest are kind of like either supports or for specific elements only, with your Diesel, with your Maiden, with your Guillotine, Winter Guillotine, and then with both Private Treasure and Helm Treasure being more of a support role. rather than DPS. So she could be a good character for the tower specifically as well, where people might be struggling with Elysian units. Now, that's it. That's basically everything for this one. I do like her kit. I feel it's kind of niche, but I still can't find enough usage to not be useless, right? In my opinion, at least a nice T2, T3, depending on how her damage turns out, maybe even a little bit better. That's it. Enough japping, enough ranting. That's everything for this video. Do let me know how you guys feel about her kit, if you like it or not. I will be live tomorrow, once again pulling for her, and live today, doing this normal dailies as every single day. Links in the description down below. Good luck with your pull, degenerates, and I'll see you in the next one.